What's going on, guys? Back with another video to talk about the progression mode. I'm sure all of you know that the card progression mode has been released now, and if you signed into your Stick War 3 recently, depending on what time you received the update, you will have noticed that around 90% of your cards have been locked, and you now have to complete these challenges in order to unlock them. Now, the second the update dropped for Android and my cards were locked, I didn't waste time. I just jumped right into the game to unlock them because I thought and still think that this is one of the stupidest updates they have ever done to the game. And I get it. It's for the new players because apparently they have to get to know these cards by doing 10,000 damage with a certain unit or using a spell 200 times or whatever the case may be. But in an experienced player's eyes, something like this is a complete waste of time, especially when you participated in the beta for so long. And there have been quite a few people that have voiced their criticisms and complaints about this in the Stick War server, and they are just not pleased with it. And I have my reasons for not being pleased with it. I just think it's a complete waste of time. But again, this is coming from the mouth of an experienced player. I do understand the point of progression. It's supposed to be helpful to new players. When they come into the game, they see all these cards and they don't know what to do. Apparently progression is supposed to help them understand that. But see, here's the thing. If I want to know how a card works, I just practice with it. I can take it into Proving Grounds and just practice with it and get to know what the card is. I don't need it to be locked off and be required to do this ridiculous challenge with a different card in order to unlock the card I want to know about. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, since I already have just about all of the cards unlocked on the Android version except for Thera and Zarik, which I care about neither one of them, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to complete the challenges to unlock them. I don't care about them. They're both stupid. So they're going to remain locked for eternity for all I care. But anyway, everything else except those two have been unlocked because I didn't want to waste time or even wait to make a video talking about this because I just wanted to get the cards unlocked again and not have to deal with this. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you footage from the iOS version of Stick War 3. For those of you that don't know, I did used to play the iOS version. However, once I was able to get into the Android beta, I ditched iOS. And for good reason too. Apparently with the iOS version, it still has ads, at least in my case. And the option to pay money to get rid of them isn't even possible to have because guess what? The shop is only enabled for Android users, but we're not going to talk about that. So on top of having to play gameplay in the iOS version, for the sake of this video, I had to deal with the ads, but whatever. We're not doing the entire thing. I just want to show you what it's about, what to expect, and the methods I use to unlock these cards as fast as possible. So let's get into it. Alright, so kicking this off, you get a preset deck that you were able to use. However, this entire thing has to get kickstarted with Sickle-Wrath. You will not be able to unlock pretty much anything without doing the Sickle-Wrath challenge first. That includes unlocking Slave Miner and Magi Kill. You have to do 10,000 damage with Sickle-Wrath first before you can unlock that. And from there, it's going to branch off into all these different categories that you have to complete challenges to unlock those cards. So, what is the best thing to do in this situation? Proving Grounds Deathmatch is your best friend in terms of getting one of the fastest ways to grind for these cards because the units train quickly, and the good news about this progression thing is you do not have to complete a game. You don't have to fully complete a match in order to gain the stats that you need. And right here I had to resign because apparently I didn't update my deck to include sickles or whatever, and there are the ads that I had to deal with as well. But anyway, back to what I was saying before, You don't have to fully complete a match in order to gain the statistics that you need in terms of card unlock progress. You can, what I typically do here is I go into Proving Grounds Deathmatch and rush through the initial units to get as much damage as possible, and then quit back out to see what kind of progress I've made and how much I need left in order to unlock a card. Now, when I first saw this 10,000 damage Sick-of-Wrath requirement, I thought that was absolutely absurd and that it was going to take an extremely long time to go for something like that. But in hindsight, it actually wasn't that bad. However, if it weren't for Proving Grounds Deathmatch, oh yes, this would absolutely take a very long time. And to make things even worse, if Proving Grounds Deathmatch didn't exist, you either have to do this through the other Proving Grounds game modes where the units train at normal speed, or even worse, you would have to play multiplayer, which I've seen replays, and there are a lot of people that don't want to play multiplayer with Sick-of-Wrath because obviously they know that Sick-of-Wrath are one of the crappiest units in the entire game and they don't want to waste their time with them. Like, imagine playing multiplayer, being forced to use Sick-of-Wrath, get 10,000 damage with Sick-of-Wrath in order to unlock the Magi Kill and Enslave Miner. Yet, every sickle you make barely gets any damage in before it dies, because obviously there's going to be Archidons and Lightning Storm and all these units that just counter Sick-of-Wrath without even trying. So it's just a massive inconvenience. And I believe it happens shortly, but at some point I do unlock Sick-of-Wrath and quit out of the game in order to just go ahead and continue on with this tree. Now, I have been very fortunate in the Android version to have my stats get tracked every time I played a mode and went for the card unlock, because there are people currently experiencing bugs where they would use Sick-of-Wrath or try to do whatever they can to go for card unlock progress, and it doesn't even get tracked. And that sounds absolutely painful. I know for a fact that I would be extremely livid if that happened to me. But there you go, as you can see, we unlocked Sick-of-Wrath and Magi Kill, so guess what? I just completely quit out. And another stupid ad. But anyway, like I said, I just quit out the second I unlocked something, so I'm not wasting any time. And now I'm able to unlock the Magi Kill and Enslave Miner. And from there, I can just look and see what challenges I need to complete next. The next thing to go for would be Secret Tunnel. To unlock Secret Tunnel and the Miner upgrade, I have to mine a certain amount of resources with the Enslaved Miner. And to unlock Snow Squall and Illuminate, I have to do a certain amount of damage with Magi Kill. Well, in order to go for these at the same time, I go into the deck and I put Magi Kill and Enslaved Miners in it so I can get progress going on both of those card unlocks to go ahead and just get the next thing that I need, just to get them going as fast as possible. Here's another example of speeding up the process as fast as possible. During this playthrough, I unlocked Secret Tunnel because the requirements to unlock it really wasn't all that much, so I started the second I unlocked it, I just quit out of the game. I know I still have to work on the Magi Kill card unlock progress, but I can grab Secret Tunnel, equip it in the deck, and go ahead and start the process to unlock the Bomber, which is by transporting a certain amount of units with Secret Tunnel. So I'm sure you see what I'm getting at here. Again, this is just the process I went through to try and get these cards unlocked as fast as possible. Since you don't have to complete a match in order to gain progress to unlock cards, the second I unlock something, I quit out of the game, equip that card, and start using it so I can start the card unlock progress for whatever else needs to be unlocked there. So I'm basically going for 3 different things here. Unlocking Snow Squall and Illuminate by getting the damage with the Magi Kill. Unlocking the Miner upgrade, since I haven't done that yet. I gotta unlock the Miner upgrade by getting 10,000 resources or something with Enslaved Miner. And I also have to complete the secret tunnel achievement in order to unlock Bomber. So 3 different things at once that I'm trying to complete here. So here I jumped ahead because I'm going to skip the gameplay, and there we go. I've unlocked the minor upgrade of Snow Squall. Not quite Illuminate yet. I didn't get 10,000 damage with the Magi kill, but I've unlocked 2 cards, so I quit out of the game instantly and looked to see what I needed to do next. So in order for me to obtain Glacial Fletching, I had to inflict a certain amount of units with Snow Squall, and then I have to do a certain thing with the Mining Engineer to get the Control Whip, or excuse me, the Minor Upgrade to unlock Control Whip and the Mining Engineer. Even talking about this is mentally exhausting me, because when I play, again, this is just me showing footage from the iOS versions for the sake of this video. I didn't record any of this card unlock progress when I played this on the Android version, because again, I didn't want to have to wait till I get an opportunity to record. I wanted to get this crap done as fast as possible. It was very tedious, it was annoying, but it did give me some strategies that I have done in the iOS version here for the sake of showing you what I've done. Or for the sake of showing you the fastest way in order to unlock these cards. Sorry, my words got completely jumbled up there. And this is probably a completely useless tip to you, because you probably already unlocked all your cards by now with how late I'm making this video. But with the secret tunnel achievement, what I've done was I've made sure I've had solid tower progress, but also just sent in melee deads. Melee deads are your best friend in a lot of these challenges. They're so quick to mass and they're super cheap. So by throwing in tons of melee deads at them, I'm able to consistently add up the requirements with the secret tunnel in order to get progress to unlock Bomber, and also have the Magi kill running in here to get the 10,000 damage needed to unlock Illuminate. And I don't really record any more footage past this game. It's really just to give you an idea as to what to go for. So the second I unlock a card, like I said, I just quit out of the game instantly and equip the next card required in the deck to go for as many cards as possible at the same time, because there was no fun aspect here, having to unlock the cards that I've been used to for the longest time. It may be fun for you if you're a new player, but again, in an experienced player's eyes, having to unlock the crap that you're used to is very frustrating. So my goal was to get through this as fast as possible. So that is what I aim to do here. So hopefully these useless tips are helpful to you if you're just like me and you just want to unlock this crap as fast as you can. Also, as a quick additional note, I don't know if this will happen to you, but it certainly happened to me. Sometimes the game does not notify you when you have unlocked something, so just be vigilant. Every once in a while, just quit out of the game and check your progress, because again, there are moments, again, it happened to me, might not happen to you, but just in case, there have been moments where the game did not tell me when I unlocked something, so just as a quick additional tip. Alright, that's going to be enough for the gameplay footage. Now, I'm going to show you guys some review feedback from some members of the server who weren't very pleased about this. So I'm just going to go from the top and read down. Delete progression tree. Yes, get rid of this. Even as someone who already unlocked everything, it's annoying to have to be a part of this madness. I agree. At least get the players who've already been playing before the update every card, because this is more for new players. Now, I would like that a lot, but that realistically would be hard to implement. I mean, at least looking at it from my stupid eyes. But anyway, moving on, it affects the players who don't have the cards because it's a bother having to do these quests. Might be good for new players, but for everyone else, it's a waste of time. It also affects players who already unlocked every card before the update, because we can't get a single good matchup in ranked or co-op. The numerous bugs that make it hard for some to progress doesn't help either. Yeah, like I said, I've heard about that. Thankfully, it's not happened to me, But if it has happened to you, my very, very sincere apologies. I cannot imagine how frustrating that is, because you're essentially forced to sit and wait and have all your cards locked until the developers release a fix to this, which I heard they've done, but there are still complaints from people saying that they are having problems. And it's official, Stick War 3 is now worse. Having to unlock pretty much my entire deck after having them all at my disposal, bad move. Why did the game get such a huge downgrade? Progress this system that has no point and adds after each game. The game just became a waste of time after offering all troops. Now they limit what made the game fun. Ads are understandable for revenue, and I'm used to ads from all other games, so that's fine, but progression after having no limitations just feels very off-putting. At least it's still pretty quick progression. Can complete in a few hours by using Proving Grounds Deathmatch, which is true. But again, imagine if that wasn't there, and even though we do have it, having to take a few hours out of your time to unlock what you already had unlocked for the longest time and was used to is just ridiculous. But going back to the comments, it just throws older players under the bus. Now I have to waste more time unlocking my favorite upgrade spells and troops. I'd rather play and win 3 to 5 games to unlock one card like in the campaign than doing random quests. I mean, it isn't. It's telling me to use a Sycorath and get 10,000 damage. I don't want to use Sycorath. Same, bro. It's just stupid you have to put trash in your deck. I used to love coming into the game and messing about with random decks and my decks, but now I can't do anything. For me, I see progression as a minor inconvenience with an even more minor potential upside of helping new players learn. So I'm more confused it was added than feel strongly for or against it. Like, I even got my dad into this game and we play it daily, and it's just ruined the fun we'd have. Neither of us want to have to progress to get the troops we already had. And new players learn what exactly? New players could learn more with all troops at their disposal rather than have a limited set of rubbish troops, which I agree with. That was my entire opinion behind this whole thing. Pretty much every card has synergy with every card next to it. So I presume the idea is to give new players focus on one tree at a time and then observe/learn what works well together. Also forces players to use every card, which again helps learn what's good and what will be good together. They introduce something that simply ruins it for players who are new. It may be a minor inconvenience for you, but for me and many others, it'll be pointless to have to progress when they already have 6 decks of troops that are unusable because now they have to unlock it. It is just a pointless setback that was unnecessary. I'm going to stick with Stick War Legacy and Stick War 2 from now on rather than touching that game. Did you already finish progression? It's not the worst, but doing it on Proving Grounds over and over again just sucks. Plus, it's unnecessary beyond belief. Wouldn't progress get reset anyways when the full game comes out? Why make us grind while we had all the cards available for years and a version with no monetary gain from it? And that's pretty much all the comments I'm going to read. So, the final closing word for me. This progression update was completely stupid and pointless. However, I am hoping that it was a one and done thing. Now that I have unlocked essentially all my cards, I'm hoping I do not have to do it again. New cards that release to the game are probably going to have similar things where I have to unlock them, but at least it's better than having 90% of your cards locked and having to spend way too much time trying to unlock them again. And finally, I will say the only good thing about this progression system is it turned out differently than I expected. In 2022, Crazy J posted a teaser image about the progression system and how it was going to originally look. And let me tell you, it would have been way worse than this. Now, my memory is super vague from this, but as you can see, this is how progression was originally going to look. You would have to collect XP in order to unlock cards, and take this with a grain of salt because again, I cannot remember, but I do think I recall them saying that you would only get a certain level of XP that you would cap out at. So you can't just grind up to 500 XP in one day and unlock Voltaic armor. From what I heard back then, you would have to play up to a certain amount of XP, cap out at that XP, and you wouldn't gain any more until the next day, and then you'll be able to keep going. Let me just tell you, if the progression system was based off of this, it probably would have killed the game off entirely, because this looks way worse than how it is now. So I will say that it is good that this progression system did not turn out like this, because this just would have been the game's end for sure. But yeah, that's going to be off this video. There's the progression system, my thoughts on it. Hopefully it's a one and done deal here. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.